It's Tuesday, December 7th, 2021, and on today's hilarious headlines, we're going to review an article in which a billionaire gets caught stealing over $70 million worth of a specific item that he was obsessed with. So we're going to go over that story today, and this one is too good to pass up. Hello and welcome to another episode of Hilarious Headlines. It's Tuesday, December 7th, and first of all, in America, December 7th, 1941, is a big day in our history, and I would just like to acknowledge and remember those that lost their lives at Pearl Harbor 70 years ago today. So just wanted to acknowledge that, but moving on here to the story. So this is a pretty funny one today. Not that they're not all funny, but this guy, this story here is about a gentleman who is a billionaire in the United States and wound up stealing $70 million worth of stuff. I guess, even those that have basically unlimited money are, still tempted with the same things that we are on a daily basis. Although I am not a thief, I've never been tempted to steal, but I don't know, maybe this guy gets a cheap thrill out of it. Let's check it out here. So the article title, first of all, we found this at The Guardian today, and U.S. billionaire surrenders $70 million of stolen art. Michael Steinhardt displayed rapacious appetite for plundered artifacts, says district attorney. And in this picture, if you're just watching, this gentleman looks like someone who probably spends a lot of time at a bingo hall. He's old, he's got a mustache, he's got a creepy smile. And this picture, looks like he's got a bunch of pens or something in front of him. It says Michael Steinhardt, pictured in 2013. He was old in 2013. Wow. Has been banned from acquiring other relics for life as part of an agreement with the Manhattan District Attorney's Office. So he's banned from acquiring relics for life. How does that work? How do you do that? I have no idea. Let's check it out. So an American hedge fund billionaire has surrendered 180 looted and illegally smuggled antiquities valued at $70 million and been handed an unprecedented lifetime ban on acquiring other relics as part of an agreement with the Manhattan District Attorney's Office. That's pretty wild. 180 looted and illegally smuggled antiquities. These hedge fund guys, man, I know they make a lot of money, and they're really just moving money around, though. You know what I mean? Like, they're not really doing a big service. It's not like they're fighting fires or saving lives and stuff. I don't even know what a hedge fund manager does, but I don't think they do much, right? Except move money around. Anyway, moving on. Michael Steinhardt, one of the world's largest collectors of ancient art, displayed a rapacious appetite for plundered artifacts, the district attorney Cyrus Vance Jr. said on Monday. The lifetime ban marks the dramatic culmination of an international investigation that began officially in 2017. So this has been going on for about 4 years now. The DA's office said its inquiry found compelling evidence that the antiquities were stolen from 11 countries and that at least 171 passed through traffickers before being bought by Steinhardt. The seized pieces lacked verifiable provenance prior to appearing on the international art market, the office said, adding that it had executed 17 judicially ordered search warrants and conducted joint investigations with law enforcement authorities in Bulgaria, Egypt, Greece, Iraq, Israel, Italy, Jordan, Lebanon, Libya, Syria, and Turkey. Wow, this guy gets around, doesn't he? This guy is an international criminal. Steinhardt, who had been chairman of the board of Wisdom Tree Investments before retiring in 2019, denied criminal wrongdoing in resolving the matter, which ended a grand jury investigation into him. You know, the good old days before COVID when we could freely move about the world. Weren't those the days, huh? Vance said, for decades, Michael Steinhardt displayed a rapacious appetite for plundered artifacts without concern for the legality of his actions, the legitimacy of the pieces he bought and sold, or the grievous cultural damage he wrought across the globe. Well, rich people, DGAF. You know what I mean? They got so much money. They're living in a different stratosphere than you or me. I don't know, you might be rich. I don't know who's watching this. Probably nobody's watching this. But these rich people, man, they don't care. The one percenters. You're like a bother to them, you know? This guy doesn't care about laws. Apparently he's not even in jail. And he took $70 million. His pursuit of new additions to showcase and sell knew no geographic or moral boundaries, as reflected in the sprawling underworld of antiquities traffickers, crime bosses, money launderers, and tomb raiders he relied upon to expand his collection. I can only imagine dealing with underground tomb raiders. That has to be a very interesting group of individuals. It's pretty wild. I mean, there's real world like Lara Croft's out there. Interesting. Vance noted that the antiquities would be returned to their rightful owners rather than be held as evidence for the years necessary to complete a grand jury indictment and trial. This resolution also enables my office to shield the identity of the many witnesses here and abroad whose names would be released at any trial to protect the integrity of parallel investigations in each of the 11 countries with whom we are conducting joint investigations, he said. We're looking at here, if you're just listening to the show, looks like, it says it right here. So in March 1993, this is the caption of the picture here. In March 1993, Steinhardt loaned the Stag's Head Stag's Head Rhyton to the Metropolitan Museum of Art, where it remained until the DA's office applied for and received a warrant to seize it. I wonder if you make money if you donate things. Well, you donate, so probably not. I answered my own question. What a dope. Under the term, so this guy just gets all jacked up by illegally purchasing artifacts from around the world, and then he gives them to museums. What's the end game there? He just wants to go to museums and be like, hey, that was me. See that head? That was me right there. All right, let's keep going to the article here. So under the terms of the agreement, Steinhardt has surrendered the Stag's Head Rhyton, a spectacular ceremonial vessel in the form of a stag's head, which dates to 400 BCE and appeared without provenance on the market following looting in Malas, Turkey. It's valued at $3.5 million. 400 BC. How crazy is that? 400 years before the birth of Christ. That is insane. Other treasures include the Ercolano fresco, which depicts an infant Hercules strangling a snake sent by Hera to slay him, which had been purchased from convicted antiquities traffickers for $650,000 in 1995. The year had been looted from a Roman villa in the ruins of Herculaneum near modern Naples. Today, it has been valued at $1 million. Wow. Talk about inflation. It almost doubled in price in 20 years, you know. Over 15 years, Professor Christos Syrogiannis, a leading archaeologist, has identified more than 1,550 looted artifacts within auction houses, commercial galleries, private collections, and museums. A former senior field archaeologist at the University of Cambridge, he is now an associate professor at the Institute of Advanced Studies at the University of Aarhus in Denmark. And I apologize if I mispronounced that. University is Aarhus, University of Aarhus. And helps to secure the repatriation of antiquities by alerting Interpol and other authorities. He told The Guardian, many of the dozens of antiquities that I identified in the Steinhardt collection, using the photographic archives confiscated from convicted dealers and traffickers, appeared first in the most reputable top dealers and auction houses in the world. Then there's a picture here. We'll read the caption: a Sardinian idol fully restored at the Christie's auction in December 2014 in New York. Right, the same idol, broken in pieces and missing part of its head, in the Medici archive. Okay, well, is that, I don't know why that picture's there. That has nothing to do with the story. All right, you first alerted the DA's office in New York in the Steinhardt case in 2014, November, when I identified an extremely rare prehistoric Sardinian idol. Oh, that's the picture, okay. Valued at $800,000 to $1.2 million, put on auction by Steinhardt at Christie's in New York. I found an image of the same idol, broken in pieces, in the archive confiscated from the notorious and convicted antiquities dealer Giacomo Medici. Giacomo Medici, notorious convicted antiquities dealer. Wow, you got to really make a name for yourself in this world, I guess. The object was withdrawn and repatriated to Italy. This case led gradually to the raids on Steinhardt's office and houses with the results we see today. In a statement, Steinhardt's lawyers said, Mr. Steinhardt is pleased that the district attorney's years-long investigation is concluded without any charges and that items wrongfully taken by others will be returned to their native countries. Christie's declined to comment. Okay, weird way to end the article, but I think that just goes to show you that no matter what the crime is, if you got a ton of money, you can buy yourself out of it, right? This guy, can you imagine? Could you imagine if I walked into, I don't know, Home Depot and I stole like $1,000 worth of stuff? I'm going to jail. You know what I mean? This guy steals $70 million of antiquities from 11 different. This dude is an international criminal. Look at him. Look at this dope. He's looking right at you. In 2013, he knew what he was doing. This guy steals almost 70 million, or more than $70 million worth of stuff from around the world in 11 different countries, and he gets a slap on the wrist. He gets banned from buying relics and antiquities. Are you kidding me? Tell you, man, these one percenters, unbelievable. They can do whatever the hell they want without any repercussions. And here we are, sitting around like dopes, following the law for what? $70 million. My goodness. Well, I thought that was a pretty crazy story. I think the twist on this one is that he just didn't get any jail time or anything. He's just banned from buying art. Wow, how terrible for this man. However will he consume his day, right? Well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. This one was a pretty interesting article. And that's about it. I mean, that's it for today. We just do an article a day. We keep them short. We keep them sweet. So I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, like, subscribe to the channel. If you enjoy these, I put these on the podcast as well. I'll put a link to it in the notes. So if you want to subscribe to the podcast, you can listen to them. I do them every day, Monday through Friday, and we just try to keep it light with a little fun commentary, and just keep this fun train going. All right, well, have a great rest of your day, and we will see you tomorrow.